chemistry. So this session, we will learn the calculation of crystal field stabilization energy and magnetic momentum in tetrahedral metal complexes. Okay, so the previous lecture we discussed the crystal field splitting of metal d orbitals in tetrahedral metal complexes. Already we have seen the splitting pattern. Okay students, so once again here, so the splitting pattern is completely reverse to the octahedral geometry. Okay, so here you can see the splitting pattern is the T2 set of orbital takes place into the higher energy and E set of orbitals takes place into the lower energy level. Okay, so here it gets the energy of plus 0.4 delta and it lost its minus 0.46 delta. So therefore here the CFSE is equal to the number of electrons in E set of orbitals we are multiplying with minus 0.6 plus the number of electrons in T2 orbitals we are multiplying with plus 0.4 delta, then we will get the CFSE of various electronic configurations. Okay, clear student? So here, so this is the table which indicates we will do the crystal field stabilization energy, weak field and strong field, and also calculate the magnetic momentum. Okay, so here the first electron, that is D1 configuration. So we will calculate weak field and strong field here. So the first electron is placed into this level. So this is the D1 configuration. After the ligands are approached to the metal atom, so the crystal field splits into two different energy levels, that is E and T2 level. So this single electron is placed into this orbital. So that means the electronic configuration in weak field complex is E1 plus T2 0. So here student, there is no electrons. There is no electron. So the same situation is happened to D1 configuration of strong field also student, that is E1 T2 0. Okay, clear? Right. So what is the value student? 0.6 into 1 electron. So 0.6 minus 0.6 into 1 means nothing but minus 0.6 plus there is no electrons in T2 orbital. So therefore the value is minus 0.6 delta or minus 6 dq. So the same value for strong field complex also, that is minus 0.6 delta, minus 0.6 delta and minus 6 dq. Clear student? So for weak field and strong field with D1 configuration, the CFSE values are similar. Okay, right. So the number of unpaired electrons only one student. So therefore 1 into under root of 1 plus 2, that means root 3. Root 3 means nothing but 1.732 Bohr magneton. So the values already we have seen octahedral metal complexes. Okay, right. So then next D2 configuration. So one more electron is placed into this D2 level. Okay, so this electron takes place into the lower energy of E orbital, E set of orbital only. So therefore here it is similar to for both weak and strong field metal complexes. So therefore in this case the T2 electrons, E electrons are 2 and so there is no electrons in T2. Okay, right. Here also E2 plus T2 0. E2 plus T2 0. So there is no electron. So means 2 means nothing but student minus 0.6 into 2. So minus 0.6 into 2 means nothing but minus 1.2 delta. Minus 1.2 delta. So here I will write here, that is minus 1.2 delta or minus 1.2 delta or minus 12 dq. Okay, clear? Here also minus 1.2 delta or minus 12 dq. Clear student? Right. So the number of unpaired electrons 2. So number of unpaired electrons means nothing but student, you can use the formula. So this is n means nothing but number of unpaired electron. So 2 into under root of 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4 into 2, that is equal to 8, root 8. So it is nearer to the value of square root of 9. So that is equal to 2.83 Bohr magneton. Okay, right. Clear student? Remember here. So the CFSE and magnetic momentum value, CFSE and magnetic momentum value for both weak field and strong field D1, D2 configurations are same. Okay, so the values are vary from D3 configuration. But in the case of octahedral metal complexes, for both weak field and strong field, D1, D2, D3 configurations, both CFSE values and magnetic momentum values are same. But here in this case only D1, D2 configuration for both weak field and strong fielders are same, but the varies from D3 configuration. That is very, very important. Okay. So here D3 configuration. So D3 configuration means, student, one more electron is placed into this d orbital. So this electron, so if it is a weak field metal complex, so it follows the Hund's rule. So therefore this electron is placed into the higher energy of T2 level only. If it is a strong field metal complex, the electron is paired here only. So if it is electron paired, then the configuration is equal to E3. So here you can see, student, if it is a weak field complex, the two electrons are placed into the E2 level and the next electron is placed into the T1 level. But if it is a strong field metal complex, it cannot follow the Hund's rule. So the electrons are paired up. So therefore here, so E3 plus T2 0. E3 plus T2 0. So minus 0.6 into 2, that is equal to minus 1.2. Minus 1.2 plus 0.4, that is equal to, in case of weak field metal complex, minus 0.8 delta or minus 8 dq. Clear, student? If it is a strong field metal complex, minus 0.6 is multiplied with 0.6, then it is equal to minus 1.8 delta or minus 18 dq. Okay, clear, student? Right. So the number of unpaired electrons are 3. So therefore the number of unpaired electrons 3 means nothing but 3 into under root of 3 into 3 plus 2, that is equal to 3 plus 2 means nothing but 5. 5 into 3 root 15. So approximately the value is 3.87 Bohr magneton. Clear, student? Right. Next, if it is D4 configuration, okay, so the one more electron is placed into this D4 configuration. If it is a weak field complex, it follows the Hund's rule. The electrons pair up is not possible. So this fourth electron is placed into this level only. If it is a strong field metal complex, it violates the Hund's rule. So therefore the electrons are paired up in lower energy level only. If lower energy level is completely filled, then the next electron is placed into the higher energy level. So therefore if it is a weak field complex, E2 plus T2. E2 plus T2. If it is a strong field complex, E4 plus T2 0. E4 plus T2 0. Clear, student? Right. So E2 plus T2 means nothing but, student, minus 0.6 into 2. Minus 0.6 into 2 means nothing but 1.2. 0.4 into 2, that is equal to 0.8. So that is equal to 0.8. That is equal to value is minus 0.4 delta. Minus 0.4 delta or minus 4 dq. Okay, clear? The value is minus 0.4 delta or minus 4 dq. If it is a strong field metal complex, all the electrons are paired up here only. So there is no electron, there is no T2 electron. So that is equal to 0.6 into 4, that is equal to minus 2.4 delta. The value is minus 2.4 delta, minus 2.4 delta or minus 24 dq. Clear? Here the number of unpaired electrons 4. So if the number of unpaired electrons are 4, so that is equal to 4.83 Bohr magneton. Clear? Right. So next, D5 configuration. So D5 configuration, if it is weak field, then the next electron is placed into this level only. So therefore the configuration becomes E2 plus T23. E2 plus T23. Okay, so E2 plus T23 means nothing but, student, the value minus 0.6 into 2 plus 0.4 into 3. So therefore the value is equal to 0 for weak field complex, right? So in the case of strong field metal complex, so 0.4 minus 0.6 into 4 plus here, that is E4 plus T21. E4 plus T21 minus 0.6 into 4 means 2.4. 2.4 plus 0.4, that is equal to minus 2.0 delta or minus 20 dq. Okay, so the number of unpaired electrons are 5, so therefore the magnetic momentum value is equal to 5.89 Bohr magneton. Okay, so the Bohr magneton value is increasing of unpaired electron. Clear? So the Bohr magnetic momentum value increases with increasing of number of unpaired electrons. Okay, right. For D6 configuration, here you can see the electron is going to be paired up. Okay, so if it is a strong field, if it is a weak field, the sixth electron is placed into the lower energy level only. So therefore you can see the splitting means the T2 and E value, that is E2 plus E3 plus T23, E3 plus T23. So E3 plus T23 means student nothing but, so minus 0.6 into minus 0.6 into 3, that is equal to minus 1.8 plus 4 into 0.4 into 3, so that is equal to 1.2. So the value is equal to minus 0.6, that is equal to minus 0.6 delta or minus 6 dq. Okay, clear. If it is a strong field metal complex, if it is a strong field metal complex, the E4 is completely filled, then the next electron E5 means the fifth electron takes place into the T2 level, the next electron is also takes place into the T2 level. So here the configuration is E4 plus T22, E4 plus T22. So E4 plus T22 means nothing but student, that is minus 0.6 into 4 means nothing but minus 2.4, minus 2.4 plus 0.4 into 2, that is equal nothing but 0.8. So the value is equal to minus 1.6 into delta or minus 16 dq. Okay, so here the number of unpaired electrons 1, 2, 3, 4 only. So therefore number of unpaired electrons are 4. So the value is equal to 4.83 Bohr magneton. Clear? Right. So next for D7 configuration. So D7 configuration you can see student. So here the seventh electron. So this is the seventh electron. The seventh electron is going to be here. So it is going to be paired up. So the configuration becomes E4 plus T23. So the configuration becomes E4 plus T23. E4 plus T23. Here the configuration you can see in strong field metal complex. Here the seventh electron already, the fifth and here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 4 it is already completely filled. The fifth electron is going to be here. The sixth electron is going to be here. The seventh electron is going to be here. So for up to D7 configuration, both the configuration of strong field and weak field is equal. Okay, but in the case of octahedral metal complex, the configurations are similar for D8, D9 and D1, D2, D3, but it is different. Here the configuration of D1, D2, D7, D8, D9 are similar for both weak field and strong field complexes, and magnetic momentum values are same. Okay, clear student, right? Here you can see, so E4 means nothing but student minus 0.6 into 4, that is equal to minus 2.4, minus 2.4 plus 1.2, that is equal to minus 1.2 delta or minus 12 dq. Here the values is, there is no change in the CFSE values, that is minus 12 dq. Here the number of unpaired electrons, 3 unpaired electrons only. So therefore the magnetic momentum value is 3.87 magnetic momentum. Here, so then for a D8 case, so here the already it is completely filled. So you can fill the electrons in T2 level only. So that is equal to T24. Here also E4 plus T24. Okay. So E4 plus T24 means nothing but student minus 2.4 plus 1.6. Minus 2.4 plus 1.6 means nothing but 0.8 delta and minus 8 dq. Here also minus 0.8 delta and minus 8 dq. So the number of unpaired electrons only 2. So therefore number of unpaired electrons 2 means nothing but so 2.83 Bohr magneton. Clear? Right. So for a D9 configuration, so D9 configuration student E4 plus T25. Here also E4 plus T25. E4 plus T25. So E4 plus T25 student, here you can see minus 2.4 minus 2, as the number of electrons in T2 level is increases, the CFSE values gradually decreases, you can see. Here you can see, so minus 12, minus 8, here will be decreases, minus 2.4 plus 2.0. So that is equal to minus 0.4 delta minus 4 dq, minus 0.4 delta minus 4 dq. Okay, number of unpaired electrons only 1, the number of unpaired electrons only 1, so therefore the magnetic momentum 1.732 magnetic momentum. For a D10 configuration, E4 plus T26, E4 plus T26, E4 plus T26 means nothing but the value is 0, the value is 0, the value is 0, the value is 0. Okay, so there is no unpaired electron, there is no unpaired electrons means nothing but student, the magnetic momentum is also 0. So this is the crystal field splitting, means the calculation of crystal field stabilization energy and magnetic momentum in tetrahedral metal complexes based on their number of unpaired electrons. Okay, clear student? Remember one thing here, for D1, D2, D7, D8, D9 configuration, both CFSE values and magnetic momentum values are same. Okay, is that clear student? Right? Thank you.